the flip man. Flip man, flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Get that bag.
We're in here. Show episode number 12 of comps101.com. Got my man here, Jamil, and we're here to help you understand, help you get a better grasp of what makes a great deal or not. And all starts with comping properties, comparable sales, short for comparable sales, ARV'S, short for after repair value. So what's going on, Jamil?
Chilling, man. Just hanging out here in hot as balls, Arizona. How's it out in Birmingham?
Hot as balls, Birmingham.
Is it hot right now?
Oh yeah. It's we're probably not hot as it is out there. Let me see. 90.
90?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's winter.
Yeah. Yeah, we sort of had a mild summer this year.
Ours has been ridiculous. We have had more days over 110 than we've had in like 3 years, just this year.
Oh wow.
2020.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and get it. We're a little late. I was having some camera difficulties, and so we want to go ahead and try to get right to it. So you guys know you're all in here. We don't have any comments. Let me see. What's up, guys? Okay. Terrence Drew said, "What's up, guys?" Victor Raylon said, "What's up?" If you could announce where you're from, that would help us out a little bit. But we'll get right to it. So let me see if I can pull a property. So bear with me, guys. I was in a frenzy here when I figured out my camera wasn't working. But whenever you're ready, Jamil, I am ready.
I'm ready when you are, bro. We need an address.
All right, I got one.
You got one.
This is a large enough city. 816 West 3rd Avenue, Red Springs, North Carolina, from Aaron Green. Aaron.
Can you see that? Can you see my screen?
Now I can.
Okay.
Let me remove the banner. Let me get the full screen. Okay, boom. Guys, make sure you post your deals in the comment section of the videos. Also, if you want to join us, I'm about to add the link to comps101.com, and you can actually ask your questions beyond comps. We'll be happy to answer any questions about real estate investing to our best abilities.
What's that address again?
The address is 816 West 3rd Avenue, Red Springs, North Carolina.
Cool. We got a 3-bed, 2-bath. We've seen this house.
Have we? We've done this?
I'll never forget. You know how some people never forget a face?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I never forget a house.
We comped this one?
We sure did.
Okay, well, we won't
Here we go.
comp it.
It's okay. Let's. You want to do it again?
Roll with it.
So, we have this one sale here. 3-2. We really only got one sale. Remember, this is that one little piece here that's backing very little activity. I think we ended our show, or we were close to ending our show with there's not a lot of activity in the area. It really isn't a deal to wholesale.
Correct. And I'm looking at it too on PropStream, only one comp there. So
yep.
So yeah.
All right, on we go.
We'll move on to the next one. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, this should be a good one. 7 West Graham Road, Richmond, Virginia.
Get that bag. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1858 square foot. Zillow has it estimated at 269,000.
A lot of comps too.
And this was built in 1920, and it's on a 5575 square foot lot. We don't know if there's any parking. Let's see. All right. So right next door, I mean, does it get any easier? We got the model match sold in April 29th of 2020 at 270. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's very likely ARV. Let's just get a little bit more confirmation. Here's a nice remodel that sold for 290, but it's a little larger. Actually, it's not. But it's on a bigger lot. So it probably, let's take a look at the lot here. That probably accommodates for the price difference. Let's see this lot size. Yeah, 7,000 square feet. So what's this? So this sold for $345. This kind of puts us in a bit of a pickle, Ty, because here we see this gorgeous, colonial brownstone that's over here. Now it's on this bigger lot.
Now Patrick, who submitted this, he said it was 345. So what we got?
ARV is 345. So he's holding on to this lot, this sale right here, this 345. I'm not going to call him wrong, because I personally would prefer a detached to an attached. But Ty, I feel like there's something about these like brownstone style. There could be like a historic significance. You see what I'm talking about? These attached little townhomes here. There could be a historical significance to these. Let's go back and look at the listing for that 345 to see if there's a special significance to this, because I can't see how there's not. Like this is really beautiful, really cute. And maybe there's, all right, what are they saying here?
345 is really close.
So look at this. This is a 2-story brick labor of love in historic Battery Park. Okay, so now, do we consider this Battery Park as well? That's truly where I think there could be some value issues here, right? Because you've got a historic brick house that sold for $345, and then you have this guy right here, which is not a historic house, but it is old. I don't know if it's brick or not, and we don't know if it's in Battery Park. So I'm gonna feel like it's not viable to choose that 345 when we have a neighboring sale at 270 with the same square footage from April of 2020. So I'm going to say that this is not a 345. I'm going to say this is a 270, because I think it's not the same when we're looking at a historic brick build versus this house, especially given the evidence of the 270 nearby.
All right, boom. Okay. Let's dive into it on what's in there really quick.
Okay.
On the prop stream, DLA prop stream. All right. I already got it pulled up here. So what I'll do is I'll just diagram it here within the yellow lines, the good yellow lines, not the bad yellow lines. Crime scene. All right. She's a thinking. She's a thinning.
Get that bag.
She's a thinning. She's a thinning. She's a thinning. She's a thinning. This is good TV. I'm sorry, good YouTubing. You know what? We won't worry about it. We'll move on because it's been running a little slow. All right. So let's go to the next one. We'll get your screen back up.
Okay.
All right. We're going to pull one from the comments here, Jamil.
Okay.
My man Byron out of Atlanta just did a interview with me yesterday. Byron Scott, not the Byron Scott that played with the Lakers, former NBA coach. Where did he? Byron, I saw yours in here. Let me see. Where was he? I know you had put an address in here. But his school teacher did his first 2 deals, made 36 grand.
Dope.
All right, here we go. 2274. Guess I can put it on the screen for a second. 2274. You see it?
Yep. Nope.
Nelms Drive.
Spell it.
Nelms Drive, Southwest.
3-bed, 2-bath, 1,029 square footer. Zillow has it estimated at 152.2. And we're built in 1950 on a 1/3 acre with 1 parking spot. Now, based on this street view, I don't know. I don't know what we got for an elevation. I don't know what this house looks like. We have very little to go off of because Zillow believes that this house is a tree.
Oh, wow.
Look at this. Just a tree. Just a tree.
Nelms.
All right. Well, we'll roll with it.
Decatur, right?
Is this in Decatur?
His zip code.
No, it's Atlanta.
Yeah, what he has is Atlanta, Nelms Drive. Okay, I'm pulling up the wrong address. Nelms Drive. Oh my.
All right, so I see a 220. I see. So this is that little part of Atlanta where these houses are like shacks, like shacks, and then rehabbers have been coming in and just doing these amazing jobs fixing up these houses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at this cute little guy here, right? Like that's a cute house.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really cute house. And then look at this 220 here. Another really cute job, right? I live in this all day, you know. So let's just see the size of this lot. Cool. So they're all about a 1/3 acre. We got a 2-1 there at 220. There's a 224 sale. What's our size again? We have a 1,000 square 3.2. So I think it's fair to say 220 is the ARV. Okay. 215, 220. I like 220. 220 is going to be the ARV now. Out there, that house is going to need everything. You're going to need to get that somewhere at about 50% or below. So I think 100K is the offer price.
100K. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what you got.
Let me see what I got over here. Okay. Hopefully it'll work this time. All right, so let's draw the boundary here.
Byron Scott, what's the numbers that you're getting on this, bro?
Okay, so we'll go from low to high. So 1950, see a cash 172, a new construction 220, 142, and then a 215. So yeah, that's what you're thinking? You said 220? Yeah.
I said 220. I said 220, and he should buy it at about 100.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So on to the next one. All right, we'll pull another one from the comments. Let's go to, somebody keep putting Jackson, Mississippi. See, Mississippi is a non-disclosure state, but we're going to pull it. 3018 Houston Collins Lane.
Houston
Collins Lane.
Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi.
Cool. So we've got
share screen.
Very little. Oh, okay, one sec. Very little info. I think that's probably because it's non-disclosure.
Mm-hmm. I should be able to pull what's the name though. Let me see here.
So we got a 693 square foot little shacky whack. And I'm not seeing much for data. No sales data. There's one here, a 1-bed, 1-bath, 900 square footer sold for 58. That's pretty much what we have for a comp. So what do you see?
All right. No comps. Now what I'll do is whenever that happens, I'll just go up to 1,200 square feet, right? Just to get something up. And, 18,000, 12,000. And these are all properties that went through MLS. And that's number 1 and 2. And they're on the other side of the street here. So there's really no activity in there. So it's going to be hard to do something with a property like that, especially if it's still that small or whatever. 672 square feet, man, it's a small house. You got apartments bigger than that. A lot bigger, 1-bedroom apartment. So
I'm reading Byron Scott's comment. He saw the house on the Google Street View and some pictures on the inside. It's in decent condition, and he's at around 110. So on the money. That's why Byron's cashing those big checks, guys.
Oh yeah.
Good for you, bud.
Oh, he's been watching his butt off. You know what I'm saying? He was quoting me. I can tell when people they didn't. He was just dove all into my information.
Listen, I'll tell you, Ty. I wish that I had watched you instead of going to college.
Huh? Don't say that. Hey, you were making money before me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Look. Let's just forget time, okay? And that I have a big gray face and that I'm not old. What I'm trying to say is that had I had an opportunity to learn a skill like this instead of drinking my face off in college, I would have preferred to have had a teacher like you that I could have come on the internet. I could have learned how to do this, and like Byron out there in Atlanta, go cash some checks.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. And I don't want to discourage people from going to college. But if your only goal is to make money and you're not in love with being a school teacher or an accountant or even an attorney or a doctor, the objective is to make money, right? You don't have to be tied to real estate. It can just be the gateway to get you where you want to do, because in most cases, it's going to take money to do that, right? Yeah. And that's going to be at different levels for everybody. Now, money is not everything, but ironically, it deals with everything. So, but I know if I would have found something like this when I was in college, and that's when my entrepreneur bug really hit, and some of the stuff I tried was ridiculous. If I'd have found me or something like me or whatever, I don't know if I would have finished, especially if I would have made money initially as fast as I did when I started, I actually started. I don't know if I would have finished. I'm just saying, I don't, I just don't. And again, I'm not saying to no one, but I don't want to discourage, but In reality, I didn't learn jack in college.
No, bro, nobody does, man. Look, I had straight A's. I got a degree in physiology.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I was supposed to be a doctor. Can't you see I'm a brown boy?
That's right. You told me. That's right.
Yeah, I was supposed to be a doctor. You know, and I wrote this entrance. I wrote the MCATs, man. I went all in.
So you passed all of it. You were ready for medical school?
I was ready, dude. Listen, me and my cousin went at the same time. And my cousin used to cheat off me in our undergrad.
Wow.
And guess what? He's a doctor now. I'm not.
Well, you know what? And I put out a TikTok post about it. Basically, the nut of it was you don't have to, you can start to become a real estate investor and make more money than a doctor make. Most doctors make, and people
you can make more in a month than what doctors make in a year. I'm not
kidding. That's what I'm saying. But when you say that, most people think when they hear doctor, you're automatically rich.
Nope.
No. No. They make a good living above what most people do. And if you get into heart surgeons and brain surgeons, cosmetic surgery, you may have some millionaire just off being a doctor.
Let's just quickly do the math, Ty, and then we'll move on to a comp. Okay, right. A doctor makes a good doctor is getting a wage about $500K. Okay,
that's a really good doctor.
A really good doctor. I'm talking like not just a regular doctor, but a really good doctor that has some specializing and is doing something. Okay, now they get taxed 40%. All right. Like anybody in that income bracket, you're getting taxed 40%, right? So now that 500 becomes 300. Now you pay medical malpractice insurance, okay, which is about a third. So take out another 100,000 out of that 300. Now you've got 200,000, okay? You make $200,000 a year, and you pay the kids, you pay the water, electricity, you pay the mortgage, you pay the car. You don't have anything left over at the end of the month.
Well, and on top of that, it took you 11 to 14 years to do it.
and you've got about $250,000 in debt.
Yes. Now, again, we need doctors. Now, people are like, we need doctors. We don't need more real estate investment. I said, did I have to actually say that I know we need doctors? I'm just making the point there are other alternatives besides college. That's the only, and I've graduated college, so I'm not, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But it ain't made me a dime, but I did, believe it or not. So, but anyway, let's get back to comp. We can get on this box all day. What we got? 56, 24. Now I'm just gonna have to spell this. I'm not even gonna embarrass myself and try to spell it. I mean, pronounce it. 5624 SUSQUEHANNA Drive.
Susquehanna.
And you pronounce. See that? That's what all A's. See, he had all A's. Guess what I finished college with? A 2.2.
I did really well, bro. I was I'm an Indian boy, you know, and the way that I was raised is that, you know, if I didn't have straight A's in school, I wasn't going to get a wife. I wasn't gonna, you know, my parents were going to hate me. There was a lot of shenanigans. I'm looking at this house, Ty, just off the cuff. It's already for sale by owner.
Yeah.
Looking at these pictures, I see a renovated kitchen. I see black quartz countertops. I see a backsplash. I see steel appliances. I see a Zestimate of 243 and a sales price of 245. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is probably at retail, but let's just look and see.
Okay.
Built in 65 on a 10,000-ish, 9,794 square foot lot. Has a parking spot. Let's continue to just look at the rest of these pictures. We've got laminate flooring. You know, this is a retail house. Let's just see what we got. Not that we won't comp a retail house, guys, but like this is the kind of situation where if I'm you, new wholesaler looking at this, I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna keep walking because I don't want to spend time looking at something that I can't make money on. So here we go. Here's a 250 sale from 18. Also looks to have been a remodel, and that was at 250. So that continues to confirm our 240 valuation there. We got a 265 over here. Another remodel. And let's for giggles, let's look at this 276, which is also much bigger than ours. So that's not even gonna. That's it, bro. I'm gonna call it. It's a 245 ARV.
Okay, boom. All right. I guess we'll look and see here.
Yeah, let's check prop stream and see.
All right.
What you get.
All right. Out of curiosity, I think her name is Lakeisha. Why would you target this particular property? I'd like to, give you some feedback on why I guess Jamil and I wouldn't have looked at it, but why did you target this property? If you'll put that in the comments. All right, so what we got here? So what, 1965? So, well, what did we say? 257? What did you say?
I'd say about 245.
Okay, there we go. And it is a little smaller. About the same. The lot is a little smaller. So boom. Yeah. So yeah, that's 257.
And what's this 350 there? I want to see what that is.
Which one?
There's a 349.9.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's this one. What number is that? That's number 1. And it's really close to it, Jamil.
Let's look at it, because that could be the reason why she's bringing it to us.
Okay.
Why is that house 350 and all the other evidence is 250?
All right, let me stop sharing and pull up that particular window. Oh man, I'll put you up back up. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. So share. What do you all see? Let me see. You still see that? Okay, boom. Let me go back. This is confusing.
Let's see what I can find.
All right.
It was a 350, right? You said it's right nearby?
Yeah, the address was the address is 5633 West Pawnee Road.
Spell it.
Pawnee.
Pawnee Road. Pawnee Road. Oh, it's a new build. 2,068 square foot, brand new house.
Yeah, that's what we didn't look at.
That's why we didn't see it.
Yeah.
Confirmed this is 2020 build on a 7,800 square footer, not even a comp. So it's a 250. That's a 250. So interested to hear
what she says.
She was just looking into the property, needed some info, but she's probably just looking at for sale by owners.
Well, she said what she said is I saw that too, but being new, a little intimidated. Mm-hmm. No problem, baby girl. You're doing what you need to do is educate yourself to remove that intimidation.
Yeah. Also, Lakeisha, the reason why we're doing this is for you to start looking at what we're looking at, right? So let's go back and deconstruct that to show you why you should have kept walking. So you're just gonna quickly see this.
You want to pull it back up?
Share my screen real fast. Yep. So Lakeisha, first thing I like to do is like, what's the condition, right? So the first picture that we have here is we see a renovated kitchen. So right off the hop, it's going to tell me that somebody has recently put money into this. They're going to want top dollar. So that's right away where my head's going to go. Then I'm going to look at the Zestimate. Not that the Zestimate is right. Okay, we just saw that house in Atlanta where the Zestimate was 150 and ARV was 220. So this doesn't mean a lot, but it's an indicator. And when I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, 243. Then I see it's for sale by owner. Then I see that price is very close to the Zestimate. So now I'm getting another piece of evidence to show me that this might be at retail. And then when I just exit out of this and I look and I'm just looking at the sales around here, I'm not seeing a lot, much higher than that. So for me, I would just continue to look. And that's why, Lakeisha, we asked the question was, why did you want to look at that one? You should look at those situations too. So when you're looking at a house and you're starting to comp it, try to get an understanding of how far you should go into continuing to comp just based off the first factors you see.
Boom. All right. Let's do this one in New Jersey.
Cool.
$29.86. Mays, Mays, Landing Road.
Millville, New Jersey. I am imagining that this is going to be a 3-bed, 2-bath, not quite sure, but it's 1,540 square feet, which is why I'm saying it's probably a 3-bed, 2-bath. Zillow has an estimate of $162,205. This particular house was built in 1929, so it's an oldie, on a 2.5-acre lot with no parking. And I forgot to heart it. There we go. And guys, I clicked the heart on this here so that Zillow will show it to me on the map. There we go. Now you see that little heart? Now I know this is my subject house. So let's move back a little bit and see what we got. Not a ton of activity here. This appears to be a fairly inactive part of New Jersey. Well, maybe I'm speaking too soon. So right over here, we've got not too much, but then out here we start to see some sales. Mind you, this is quite a distance away. So here's our subject. No, was that our subject? No.
I'm going out 2 miles before I see something. Well, let me try 1.5.
Sometimes in these rural areas, Ty, you're going to go out far because there's not a lot, Yeah. Let's just see what this 139 is behind us. So what did this sell at? So this is a 1288 square foot house.
The population is 28,000, a little over, well, almost 28,000.
Small.
Yeah,
Small.
Let me see if it's near a metropolitan area while you're looking. Yeah, it's south of Philadelphia quite a bit. It's definitely not Metro Philadelphia.
Not a lot of activity here. It's very difficult to get a value on this. I think, geez.
Yeah, we don't discriminate against small areas, but it is what it is. The activity is going to be low. Not saying people are not investing there, but to eat, it's going to be difficult to eat from the wholesale game on communities that small, cities that small.
Yeah, and also what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of just new build activity, right? So
it's near the water. It's not far from the water, from the ocean, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 miles from the ocean. Maybe a little farther, so maybe that's why you still see activity there. So
interesting spot. And also there's a lot of activity up in here. So as you go north, there's a ton of activity. What's happening all here? Like what is all this? And so we can't use comps from Vineland. I think it's what you would call it.
Yeah, Vineland is I'm your GPS over here while you're looking.
Okay.
Let me see how far is Vineland from. Vineland is 6.7 miles from Millville.
So Vineland, what's the population of Vineland? Because that looks to have a ton of density.
Down Violent population 60,000.
Yeah. So if I was you, I would stay out of Millville, and if you live in Millville, I would go start messing around in Vineland, because again, in Millville, we're not going to have a lot of property to be able to really determine value on. Not to say that you couldn't get an idea of where value is going based on what's happening in Vineland, but it's very difficult for us to give you an exact and say, hey. This house is worth this much money without breaking a bunch of rules, right? We'd actually have to go to Vineland and we'd have to see if there's something there that compared, but by appraisal rules, it's too far out. We're in a completely different town.
Now, Atlantic City is only 37 miles from there. So,
oh, cool. Okay.
That's a positive. Also,
yep.
So you would have to work that entire area, like Vineland, Atlantic City, also, and the population of Atlantic City is 37,000. So, but it's on the water, so it's like a destination point. So you're should have some pretty good activity there too. So,
yep.
All right. Somebody said they sent something to you or whatever. I guess you'll give them instructions. That they sent to Keegley 2720. You see it? Okay.
Right. Okay. Yep. You want to do that one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
2726 Bayard Street. East Point. I feel like we were right there.
Yeah.
When you and I were out there, Ty. We were hanging out in East Point, right?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot to add the screen. I'm sorry. Yeah, we were right there. Isn't that where the Outcast mural is?
Yeah, that's not too far.
Okay, I wouldn't know. People don't beat me up in Atlanta. Hell, I don't know. All I know I do is to get to the airport.
Yeah. So here we got a 5-bed, a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1996 square footer. Yep.
That's a house or a duplex?
Looks like one house. It's in the worst shape. Let's see what we can find here. Single family, 1996 square footer, built in 65. It has a detached garage. We don't have lot size. Was listed for 108 in 2019 for a month, and it didn't sell. It was sold in 13 for 25. Again, not gaining a lot of detail from here, but just trying to wrap my head around these values. Let's see what we got. The house in that rough shape, just based off of what I could see, you're going to be wanting to buy it pretty deep. Okay. So we got a little rancher here. Now, you guys, we got to remember these tiny little ranchers, these little bungalows, you can't really compare them to a 2-story house. So you need to compare a 2-story to a 2-story. I don't know that we're going to find a lot of 2-stories out here, though, but we'll look. Single story again. Lot of investor activity though here. Oh, whoa, ton of it. ton of it, but very few 2 stories, if any. I'm still haven't seen. There's a nice little tutor. They call this a little tutor when you get them triangles in the elevations. There's another single story again. Now, we may not find a 2-story comp, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how, if you can't find a 2-story to save your life, how you can possibly, here's a 2-story, a 4-bed, 2-bath that sold for 130. A 2-story and a single story are going to have a big price differential, big time. You would not believe how detrimental stairs can be to a value.
A bad thing?
Say it again.
A bad thing?
It's because for the most part, it limits the number of people who can buy the house, right? Mobility, age. A lot of folks don't want to be, or small children. A lot of demand decreases when you add stairs to the equation. And so you remove a large pool of buyers, which ultimately reduces the demand, which ultimately reduces the price that someone will pay for a house. So here's where my problem is, Ty. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing, I'm just gonna go confirm this square footage again. It's almost 2,000. So let me go back, because I thought we were a little smaller. Ooh. Nothing. No 2 stories, except for that one. And I think that this value is much larger than 130. Also, our property is much bigger than that. So here's where I'm going to call this, and this is going to be not an exact because of the following. I'm going to make an adjustment for the fact that we have a 2-story versus a single story. Now we've got a single story. If a single story at that square footage would probably be worth around 230,000, maybe even 240,000. Okay. But because we have a 2-story, we have to make an accommodation for that. Over here in Arizona, and again, this is another rule I don't like, because I'm breaking. I'm in 2 different markets, but in Arizona, a 2-story to a single story is about a 20% differential. So let's say that the ARV on this thing is, let's max it and call it a 250. Now let's take 20% of that. That's 62.5 off. So I'm going to go 250. Let's round it out at 50K for a discount. I'm going to say ARV on this thing is 200.
Okay.
And that is not an exact value. It's a tough one to say, because we have a 2-story where there's only single stories around. It's much larger than a lot of the houses nearby either. So my guess, and the house is in terrible shape. So, you might have about a 200 ARV, and I think you probably want to be buying that thing somewhere just based on its condition at around 90.
Okay. All right. And
Fresh. What was that guy's name? Fresh Boy, I think. Fat Boy, yeah. Fresh TV.
Yeah.
Fat Boy. What are the numbers on that one, bro?
Yeah, so I would have to dig into each one of these to see that 2 stories, so we won't do that on prop stream or whatever. So we'll keep rolling.
Cool.
Somebody's ready to ask a question here. Let me bring him on. Cool. Somebody ready to ask a question. Oh, wait a minute. Where's Jamil? Let me bring him on.
Oh, yeah, Ty.
There's Jamil. Boom. There you go.
Oh, oh my God. This is crazy.
Hey, check
Wait.
the volume. Your feed. We got feedback.
Wait, can you guys see me or hear me?
Yeah, we can see and hear you, but turn the volume down on your computer.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm watching on Facebook and on here, and like Facebook's a little behind. Ty, it's good to see you for the third time. I'm sure you probably recognize me by now.
What's up, man?
Good to see you. Hey, so first off, I saw you guys' interview at Jerry Norden's place, and it was crazy. It was the three of you guys, and then I think it was one other guy.
Actually, it was Jamil's place, but we get
Oh, but it's still in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's with Jamil.
Yeah. Hey, so I see that you guys are doing comps. It's awesome. I'm glad that I'm getting a like firsthand look at that. So here's the deal. I've been using the skip tracing software you recommended to me, Ty. I've been getting everything through there. It's a grind trying to get a hold of some of these people. Like, there's a lot of phone numbers, and some of the phone numbers are like, I don't know, they don't answer, or like I'm not sure like what the deal is. So
What type of properties are you? What type of people are you targeting?
Whoever it says it belongs to via like skip tracing.
I mean, what type of list? What type of list?
Oh, I found all these properties driving for dollars.
Okay, all right.
So
you can go with that, Jamil. I'll follow up on you.
I mean, yeah, it's a numbers thing, right? So typically, especially when you're driving for dollars, and I think this could be epidemic to the to that lead gen source. Yeah. Driving for dollars, essentially, you're out there looking for houses that look like absolute terror, like terrible, right? And a lot of times, yeah, they're just overgrown, they're completely run down, beat up. A lot of times people can't contact those folks because they've been that way for so long. And so the U.S. Postal Service isn't registering any information for them. The owners aren't registering new phones. They're not, getting new bills. And so driving for dollars is great, but finding those people tend to be a little bit more difficult, and the data is a little bit more hit and miss. When you go to a more structured list, like a pre-foreclosure or a tax delinquent, or somewhere where they are already behind, the reason why that pain point exists is because they're not paying something, or they're not responding to something. That means that at some point people knew where they were. And if at some point people knew where they were or had their phone number, then that data can be a little bit easier to get. So typically driving for dollars data is going to be a little bit less high quality because the people that own those properties are missing. It's a part of that lead gen technique, but I just say keep at it, keep going. Also, when you're talking to these guys, find out if they know. They may not be the person you're calling, but oftentimes they'll know the person you're calling, and it could be worthwhile to see if they could potentially give you that person's information.
And just to back that up, go speak to the neighbors.
I was just thinking that too while you were talking, Will. Yeah.
Yeah, door knock the neighbors. A lot of times they're out there in the street anyway. You just stop, hey man, and those neighbors, a lot of times they're tired of looking at that vacant house. And so they have any information to help you. A lot of people will give it, and give them some incentive. Tell them, hey, you'll give them $1,000 if you buy the house. So you only pay them when you get paid. Because a lot of times they may know how to reach the person, but they may not give you the contact information, but you give them an incentive to reach out to that person. Hey, this guy came by wanting to buy the house, blah, blah, blah. Call him at this number.
Can I show you guys the property? I would love to have you guys take a look at it because like
where is it?
It's in Orange County.
Let's look at it.
All right. Let me know when you're ready for the address.
Oh yeah, go ahead and share your screen.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's a 1584 San Bernardino. Yeah, there it is. So like I drive, I don't live too far from here. I drive by this, I stop by this place every week to see if like that same car is still out there. The grass is like super heavy. I mean, it looks completely dilapidated from the outside. And I drop my my flyers in that mailbox every day. Huh?
It's crazy. You like this little shack is the one, right?
Yeah, it's worth $1.5 million, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, what do we got here? Is it this like a mansion next door?
No, it's not a mansion, but it's a nicer home. That's probably like
and this looks like multifamily.
Well, it's funny because I used to live on the street right there, and I lived in a triplex a few years ago.
What's the name of what's the zip code on that?
92627.
Let's see.
It was 1534.
1584, San Bernardino place.
Okay. Wonder. Okay, boom. There we go. See, the mailing address, I'm pulling it up in PropStream. The mailing address is the same as the property. That's always interesting in the Jamil.
Yeah, you know, I think they died. I think the person who lived there died, and this is probably sitting in some kind of a probate estate type situation. Let's just talk about value first, okay? Because
sorry, I lost. Okay, alrighty, yeah. All right, continue with the value.
Yeah, so you've got what's the square footage on that again?
1207.
1207. Okay, and it's a 2-bed, 1-bath, right?
Yeah.
So we're a little bit larger than this. This sold for 1.1-ish. So I'm going to say that with the extra square feet, you probably got about a 1.2 ARV on that guy.
1.2?
Yeah.
Even though it's appraised, I thought it was appraised at 1.5. I mean, not that it's the exact, but
yeah, Zillow has it estimated at 1.5. But looking at what's selling here at 1.5,
yeah,
it's not. It can't be there because look at this house right here. Right, even though this is from 18, this is like what you get around 1.5. And let's look a little higher. Let's see if we can get something a little bit newer in terms of sales. This is from 19, and again, we've got a 2,300 square footer that's 1.4.
No,
you got a 1.3 that's a 2-bed 984. So again, I think we're in the 1.3 range, 1.2, 1.25, 1.3. 1.5 is a little bit rich, but again, we're splitting hairs now. We're talking, it's land value for sure.
Well, yeah, it's a huge lot.
You're gonna love when I put it up in PropStream because I think that 1.5 may be accurate. Hold on a second. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I couldn't believe it was 1.5 myself, but like it's on a big lot. It's an older home. Like those older homes in that neighborhood, some of them have like bigger lots.
Yep.
I put it in the boundary here. You see this one, 1948, 1948. Our subject is 10,000 square feet lot size. This is 82 actual square footage of the property, 1133, 1.5. And then same thing, 1948, a little smaller lot, just a tad bigger, maybe 6 square feet, and then 1.425. So it's you could probably get it, on a renovation.
Obviously. On a renovated, renovated, you could get there. So so let's call it a 1.5. Based off of Cali rules, you want to be at 0.7 of that.
70% of 1.5.
About $1 million.
You want to be buying that for about $1 million. Yep.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Anywhere between 950 and $1 million.
Yep, I think you'd be safe there, and I think that.
I forgot to show you guys this.
Yeah, let's. What happens when did you skip trace it, Todd?
Yeah. I got a little more information on what's maybe going on with it. Hold on a second. Let me put it back up.
Getting my popcorn ready.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna get your popcorn ready, but
I just like saying that.
All right, so right here it says affidavit of, I guess.
What I say? Affidavit of death.
Yeah, of death of joint tenant. So
death of joint tenant. So that means the person renting it died?
No.
So
what happened is they lived with, so maybe a common law spouse or spouse, because there's joint tenancy, and when you're in a marriage or you're assumed common law, you're in joint tenancy on a property. It means that you're not the actual owner on the title, but because of your marriage or because of common law, you're a joint tenant of the property. So that person has financial interest in it.
Yeah.
And that, now look at this, guys. So in 2004, there was an intra-family. So within the family, it was transferred. And then in 2017, one of the owners, so Riem Marcel, passed away. All right. And now Loretta must have passed away, and Riem owns it.
Where are they?
Well, that's what we need to find now.
Well, I found another address for them on file through the skip tracing. I found another. I know you guys couldn't find another mailing address. I found one. It's not really super. It's not too far. And I was thinking about dropping off my flyer there, seeing if they reply. But I don't want them to think that I want to buy their house at the mailing address.
I want to get someone to knock on the door and see, hey, what's up?
You're looking for Marcel, bro. Loretta's gone. Marcel is sitting on $1 million right now, and he doesn't even have anybody mowing the lawn. Yeah,
and it's crazy because I go to the front door. There's no code violations or anything from the city.
So now,
and I'm
not going to say to do this.
Now, you put this deal out here now. So
I'm not going to say to do this. No, it's okay. He's cool. No, first of all, guys, everybody leave him alone. Okay. Let him handle his deal. Okay. Yeah. Secondly, what you should do, I'm not going to say you should do this, but what people have done is that when you see an overgrown lawn like that, and it's been like 3 years and Marcel hasn't handled this thing. So what they'll do is they'll call the city code, the city bylaw, and they'll make a report to say that there is a nuisance house here. They're not mowing the lawn. Could you please come out and put a violation out? And within 7 to 10 days, the state of California the county will send somebody out there, and they will cite that house. Now, what you do is you take a picture of that citation, and then you go knock on Marcel's door and say, your house is getting cited because there's nobody looking after this property. It's time you sell.
That's crazy. I never thought about that. So I take pictures of the yard, send it to the city.
Call the city, get the violation, wait for the violation to get posted, take a picture of the violation, then go knock on Marcel's door with a picture of the violation and say, just let me help you.
Oh, okay, not bad. Man, I should do that.
Scandalous, but it would work.
No, it's shysty, but I mean, anything to get his attention, I mean, oh man, hopefully he never sees this video.
Or maybe don't even call him, but just go knock on Marcel's door and be like, listen, I was on the internet yesterday, and there's people on the internet talking about calling in a code violation on your house. You should sell your house, Marcel, before the internet gets you.
So I could hypothetically get the home for $1 million, right? Like you're saying, 70% is kind of the rule of thumb in California.
Yeah, that house is. I mean, look, I can tell you, there's all kinds of scary in that house right now. That place is gross. And on every level of nasty is there. So that house is going to need to be torn down or completely, blown apart for it to be worth anything.
Yeah.
You buy that thing for about $900, $950, even go up to $1 million, and I have a buyer for you.
Really?
Yeah.
What could I sell it for? Hypothetically, what would you sell it for? 1.2, 1.25?
No. That if it's worth 1.5, you know, you're not gonna have a payday like that. You might make 20-25 grand on that at the most. You know, depending on how well you get it. I think you could probably sell for about $1.20 million. So try to buy it sub, you know, 950, and maybe you can get a bigger spread that way. But I think $1.20 million is the max you're gonna get out of that.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, my man.
Always good seeing you guys. I appreciate Ty. I appreciate you always letting me in on your live. So I don't mean to annoy you at all. It's just like you guys know so much, dude. Like I'm such a newbie. I'm such a scrub. Like literally, like dude, this is my Thirsty Thursday right here. Like
you're taking action, man. You're not a scrub.
You don't even know, bro. Like it wasn't long before that him and I didn't have a clue what was going on. So it's just doing this, learning.
What year did you start? Because Ty, you started 03, right?
Yeah, he started in 02.
Okay.
Yeah, we're OGs.
Yeah.
No, OG.
We're the gray beards.
Well, right, I appreciate you guys always helping me out. Ty, I have your number here. I'll be sure to get at you. And is it Khalil? Is that your name, Khalil? Jamil. Okay, sorry, Jamil. All right.
Nice
if I can get
it
under contract, I'll be sure to contact you because I know you said you have a buyer. So.
All right, man. All right, Jamil. I guess we got it in. I'm butting up against my other show.
All right, go do it. Have fun.
All right, no problem at all. See you guys next week. Stick around another 25 minutes or so. We'll start the flipping R. All right, thanks, Jamil.
Later, bro.
Yep.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah, that